Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be puffing on some white runts, and I'm going to tell you the story of my first acid trip. Now this was an insane time. I was like 14. My homie's like, "You want to do acid?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to do acid." And I guess I should rephrase, this isn't my first trip technically. I tried a half tab prior, but that didn't do anything other than keep me awake all night and ruin my next day. So, this trip, I had the half tab left over, and I took 3 more. So I took 3.5 tabs. I believe they were double dipped. Incredibly strong trip. Starts off, I'm in my friend's basement. We're sitting on a couch in a little 5x5 room playing Call of Duty. I had never seen this game before. We're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies, and you turn to the snake. He has his rat out. His rat is running around on the couch, crawling in and out of like my hoodie, crawling in and out of couch cushions, crawling all over him, just running around. And this is when the acid starts hitting. While we were playing this game, we played for about 30 minutes. And by the end of it, I am uncontrollably laughing. Nothing was funny, but I'm just laughing so hard. And his brother was like, "You guys want to go to the basketball game?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So I turn on the light and the whole room grows. I'm sitting there like, whoa, what's going on? Because this room just got like way bigger, starts stretching. And I'm like, what's going on? And the room shrinks back down, and I'm like, oh God. So we get out there, we go to his brother's truck, go to the school for this basketball game. This was not a good idea. Since we did this, we're at the school. This acid's hit me really hard. I am laughing uncontrollably, and now I'm seeing blue and green flowers in the cement. You know how sidewalks are with the lines in between from each pad of cement? Each one of those has a flower in it. So I'm just staring at that. My hand has crazy tracers. So I'm sitting there like doing this motion in front of my face, and we walk by someone while I'm doing that, and I hear them say they're huffing grass. And now my tripping brain goes, oh God, they know I am tripping. So I start freaking out. I'm like, I feel like I gotta go. And he's like, no, it's fine. Let's go inside. So I'm like, okay, I go inside. One of my friends from the school is there, and I have soda. She starts taking the soda from me, and I'm like, not having it. I'm tripping too hard for this. It's making me upset. So my friend's like, all right, let's go back. So we start walking back. And in my mind now, I'm like, I feel like we gotta get back to his house because his house feels safe and nowhere else does. So like, we should run. And then I run for like 2 seconds and I'm out of breath. I'm like, oh God, that's terrible. Maybe we shouldn't run. So I start walking again. This whole time he's just walking along, like laughing at me because he knows I'm just tripping. He's tripping too. Like, and we finally make it back to his house. And my dad texts me and he's like, you ready to come home? And I'm like, oh God, freaking out. And he was just upset because I forgot to give him the details of like where I was staying. But that text alone had me freaking out. I'm like, I can't go home right now. I am tripping so hard. So now we're back in his house. I'm tripping incredibly hard at this point. I mean, I've never tripped like this. I got these traces. I'm just waving my hands in front of my face. I'm laughing at everything. He's like, let's watch some movies. So he turns on Now You See Me, Now You Don't. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen that movie. It's a pretty good movie. But the scenes change a lot. And since I was tripping with extreme tracers, these scenes were layering on top of each other. So it would show I would be seeing the scene that happened about 10 seconds prior to where the scene actually was happening. And on the screen, I would see these screens layering up on each other. So I could still see all 3 scenes at once, but they were all layered and merging together. It made watching TV not so fun. So finally, after a little bit of this, I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. And if any of you have ever taken LSD, you know when you need to go pee on LSD, it feels different. It doesn't feel normal. So, first things first, though, we walk into that bathroom, and I see a mirror on my right, a mirror on my left, and a mirror in front of me. I go, huh. And I'm looking around like, I don't want to close this door because that's the only door that doesn't have mirrors. My friend's like, oh, you're confused. Here you go. I got you. And he comes and closes the door for me. So now I have mirrors on all 4 sides. I am completely surrounded by mirrors, all reflecting me. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm in a room of mirrors. Where did the door go? What do I do? And I kind of think about it for a second. I'm like, I'm in a bathroom. There's got to be a toilet and a shower. And one of the mirrors just starts stretching to reveal the toilet and the shower, and it just disappears. And the mirror on my left disappears. And then they had a giant mirror on the right wall, so that mirror stayed. but it shrunk down, and I could see the rest of the bathroom. I was like, okay, let's get to the toilet. I sit down and go pee. Then I stand up, look down, and since it felt kind of weird, I see this drop of red nail polish in the toilet. And that makes me think, oh God, I just peed blood. So I freak out. I'm like, ah, and blood starts running from all the ceilings. Crazy amount. I mean, it got about halfway down the wall before I went, oh yeah, I'm just tripping really hard. And it went away. So I sat in there for like 10 minutes trying to make this blood come back, and I couldn't do it, which is very unfortunate. Realized I hadn't taken a hit for y'all yet. There we go there. Anyways, now so I come out of this bathroom, go sit back down, we're still watching movies. One of his brothers comes and goes, you want anything from McDonald's? I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh God, the thought of eating? Like, no, and then you just give me a drink or something. Instead, they give me a 20-piece chicken McNugget. And I was like, well, thank you for the thought, but I can't eat. I ate like 2 of them because, I mean, the texture was weird. I couldn't, I couldn't get that nugget down. They're not the best nuggets, you know, when you're focused on them while tripping. Anyways, I set them on the ground. I felt so bad because I didn't even think about it. I'm just sitting there tripping, trying to like maintain my cool, trying not to let his family know I'm tripping, even though I think everyone knew. Like, I was pretty obvious. This dog came up and ate all the nuggets, so I'm like freaking out. Anyways, we get to about 3 a.m. I'm still tripping incredibly hard. The thought of going to sleep, nowhere near my mind. And my friend looks at me and goes, I'm getting tired, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I go, okay, cool. And we're watching the movie channel, where I think now we're on Now You See Me 2. And it's about 30 minutes from ending. It ends. He is out cold. And his VCR is locked. You have to know a passcode that I do not know to change it. So I watched infomercials while tripping on acid for the next like 3 hours. They're just layering on top of each other, you know. All these different infomercials. It was crazy. Finally fell asleep at like 5 a.m. He woke me up at like, maybe even 6. He woke me up at like 7 though to go. It was a rough time. I slept all day the next day. But no, it was the most intense acid trip I've ever had. I mean, the tracers alone were consistent. They were there the whole time. Everything was tracer. If I moved my head, things were tracing. Everything was lagging. It was a different experience. Very fun time. Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you check out my other video about my Datura trip. I have 3 experiences in that trip. I have way more stories about it. I have stories of salvia. I have stories of DMT. I have stories of shrooms. If you guys like these stories, too fat of a hit. I think I just held it too long. Anyways, if you guys like these stories, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and watch these videos to the end, you know. Comment what stories you want to hear next. Hell, I even got weed stories. My first time getting high. That's a story. Couldn't get a straw in a drink. Lost muscle power. I mean, it was a thing. So, you know, let me know what you guys like, what you want to hear about, and I'll try to make some of these videos regularly. Anyways, y'all have a good night, and I'm gonna try to link this shit to a short to draw y'all in.